Taiwan may renew ties with Honduras. Tropical storm Podul halts work classes in 9 areas. Kaohsiung ends search for family after road collapse. Trump extends China tariff deadline by another 90 days. South Korea, U.S. to conduct major joint military drills. 2 Japanese boxers die from brain injuries in separate fights. Several missing in Japan landslides. France's Macron honors Paris's last known newspaper hawker.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on FUNDAY News. It is Wednesday, August 13th, World Calligraphy Day, and here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan's news, over 2 years after severing ties, Taiwan may restore relations with Honduras, as several presidential candidates vow to resume them. Foreign Minister spokesperson Jeff Liu said Taiwan is open if it benefits both sides. Honduras cut ties on March 26, 2023, switching to Beijing, but has since faced economic setbacks, including a shrimp export drop costing 14,000 jobs. Tropical storm Podul prompted a land warning at 2:30 p.m. today for Hualien, Taidong, Kaohsiung, and Pingtung. Authorities urge precautions. Based on the Central Weather Administration forecasts, Taidong, Kaohsiung, Tainan, Jiayi County, Jiayi City, Pingtung, Yunlin, Hualien, and Penghu announced work and class cancellations on the 13th. In Kaohsiung's Liugui district, a family of 5 plunged into a 50-story deep ravine after a road collapsed on July 30th. 2 weeks of search efforts recovered partial remains of a 17-year-old girl, but 3 remain missing. With Typhoon Podul approaching, rescue teams ended operations, leaving relatives heartbroken. And in global news, the Trump administration has agreed to once again delay the deadline for when tariffs on Chinese imports would rise, as discussions between 2 sides continue. The new deadline is November 10th. Trump said all other elements of the agreement will remain the same. In a statement accompanying an executive order, the White House said the administration would be holding ongoing negotiations with China to resolve trade disputes and strengthen economic ties.
A joint government statement said China would adopt and maintain all necessary measures to suspend or remove non-tariff measures. Last week, import taxes went into effect for dozens of countries. Prices have risen in the United States as existing tariffs on imports from China and other countries work their way into the economy, with companies absorbing much of the higher costs and consumers shouldering some. Trump has downplayed inflation concerns and lauded the tens of billions of dollars in federal revenue from the levies. This is the second time the Trump administration has delayed imposing even higher tariffs on China, one of America's largest trading partners.
South Korea and the United States will conduct major joint military drills starting on August 18th, although parts of the annual exercises that have been a source of tension with North Korea will be delayed until later in the year. South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff spokesperson Lee Seung-jin said the 11-day annual exercises called Alchi Freedom Shield will be on a similar scale to those in 2024, but adjusted by rescheduling 20 out of the 40 field training events to September.
The Allies agreed to reschedule some parts of the drill to next month due to factors such as ensuring suitable training conditions during extreme heat and maintaining a balanced combined defense posture year-round. This year's drill will test an upgraded response to heightened North Korean nuclear threats, as well as incorporate cutting-edge technologies used in modern warfare, drawing on lessons from conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East. The exercise will include a scenario involving a North Korean missile launch but will not address the possibility of a nuclear test by Pyongyang. Officials said the decision to spread out the scheduling was due to extreme weather and denied that any political factors were involved.
Boxing Association and media reports said 2 Japanese boxers have died days after suffering brain injuries in separate fights on the same card. Shigetoshi Kotari died on Friday and Hiromasa Yurakawa on Saturday after being injured in their fights at Korakuen Hall in Tokyo on August 2nd. Reports said both 28-year-old boxers underwent operations for subdural hematoma, or bleeding inside the skull.
The World Boxing Organization said in a statement, "We extend our deepest condolences to the families, friends, and the Japanese boxing community during this incredibly difficult time." Yurikawa lost to Yoji Saito by knockout, and Qatari died as a result of the injury he sustained while fighting Yamato Hata to a draw in 12 rounds. The WBC and its president deeply mourn this irreparable loss and wish his family and friends strength during this difficult time. Another boxer, 28-year-old Irish super featherweight fighter John Cooney, died of a brain injury this year after being stopped in his first Celtic title defense in February.
According to media reports and local officials, several people were reported missing after heavy rains and landslides in southern Japan flooded homes and swept people away on Monday. Rescue teams continue to search for missing individuals after Japan's Fire and Disaster Management Agency advised tens of thousands of people in 6 prefectures to evacuate to safer areas. The Japan Meteorological Agency issued landslide warnings for Kumamoto and 8 other prefectures.
Around 400 millimeters of rain fell in areas of Kumamoto Prefecture in a 24-hour period, a record for the area. Local television stations showed overflowing rivers, submerged houses and shops, and roads covered in up to a meter of water. According to the Japan Meteorological Agency, a warm, humid weather front resulted in unstable atmospheric pressure, leading to extreme rain in the region. Monday's flooding hit during one of the busiest weeks of travel in the country. Monday is a national holiday that leads into the annual Oben Festival, when millions of people travel to their hometowns to commemorate the spirits of ancestors and deceased loved ones.
He is France's last newspaper hawker, and perhaps the last in Europe. Ali Akbar has been pounding the pavement of Paris's left bank for more than 50 years, paper under his arms and the latest headline on his lips. He is now set to be officially recognized for his contribution to French culture. President Emmanuel Macron, who as a student once bossed newspaper from Mr. Akbar, will decorate him next month with the Order of Merit, one of France's highest honors.
I have a certain way of selling newspapers. I try to create jokes so people laugh, I try to be positive, and I can create a certain atmosphere. The joy of life is what we call it. I make people laugh, I make them have a good time. I try to get into people's hearts, not in their pockets.
He says, "When I began here in 1973, there were 35 or 40 of us hawkers in Paris. Now I am alone." These days, on his rounds via the cafes of fashionable Saint-Germain, Mr. Akbar can hope to sell around 30 copies of Le Monde. He keeps half the sale price but gets no refund for returns. Back before the internet, he would sell 80 copies within the first hour of the newspaper's afternoon publication. He is a familiar and much-loved figure in the neighborhood. Ali Akbar was born in Rawalpindi, Pakistan, and made his way to Europe in the late 1960s, arriving first in Amsterdam, where he got work on board a cruise liner. In 1972, the ship docked in the French city of Rouen, and a year later, he was in Paris.
The answer for yesterday was A, determine. She will determine the winner of the contest. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. Trump extends China tariff deadlines by another 90 days. Number 1, accompany, 陪伴,伴随. She will accompany me to the party tonight. Number 2, suspend, 暂停,终止. The school decided to suspend classes due to the severe weather. Number 3, adopt, 采用,收养. The company decided to adopt a new marketing strategy. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comments section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. World Calligraphy Day, a special day for the art of beautiful writing, started in 2017. The manual script pen company took the initiative to create this day. Their goal was simple but meaningful, to celebrate the elegance and creativity of calligraphy. This company, known for its quality writing tools, saw a need to highlight this traditional form of expression. The day was set to be celebrated every second Wednesday of August. And that's all for today's FUNDAY news. Be sure to tune into FUNDAY news from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join FUNDAY for free. I'm Wade Lee, your host. I'll see you next time.